Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 Wii Ware review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles My Life as a King, which if you don't know, it isn't a Final Fantasy game, it isn't a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles game, meaning it's not an action game. This is basically a town simulator type thing. It's kind of like SimCity, but a bit like Thrillville as well, because you have to walk around building things. So at the start here, you just basically get to continue on if you've already created one. If not, you go on to start game, you can purchase the content, or you can just change the options, which all you do there is, to be fair, change the camera inversion. You can change the up and down and the left and right planes. So at the start of the game here, you're pretty limited, to be fair, to just doing what it tells you and watching a load of cutscenes. And to be fair, you don't even get to build your first house, it does it for you in a cutscene. But basically, the whole point of the game, though, as I say, you're supposed to be building a kingdom, so that means talking to your, well, citizens and the likes, and doing the things that they want you to do. Like if one of them wants you to build a bakery, it's a good idea to build a bakery, it boosts morale, and stuff like that. Just like build more houses to get more people to your city. You can send adventurers out and stuff like that. So, to be fair, I think the best thing to do, seeing this is all just the start of the game with the cutscenes and that, and all very basic, I'll cut onto a save file which has got a little bit more going for it. So here we go then, this is the other file, and I thought the best thing to probably do is to just show you a day. So, at the start of the day you've got to go through your reports, so you've got to see what your warriors are like and stuff like that, so you can skip that. And then you go on to the financial report and it tells you how much you spent, how much you earned and stuff like that, because you have to get taxes from the people, and you do that by having them happy. They're happier, like when they're happier they'll donate more money to you and stuff like that. You also get to give your adventurers some medals sometimes, so you can give them like a better strength or willpower and toughness and stuff like that. Because basically the way the combat works in the game is, there's no combat, you send other people out to play Final Fantasy basically, that's the best way to say it. Then you can set behests, and behests are just basically the quests that you can send your adventurers to. As you can see, there are a ton of dungeons, however a lot of these are the downloadable content which I have bought, so be warned, you're not getting all of this as standard. But while I'm speaking of downloadable content, loads of people are saying the game overall costs 4,000 points, and that actually put me off. Well, the game doesn't cost 4,000 points. 3 of the 300 point things are the same as one of the 800 points things, so the game only costs 3,100 points if you buy it all together. If you want to wait and buy a little bit of it time by time, it may cost you 3,200. So that's pretty much that then. You then need to just basically, after setting the behests and stuff like that, your adventurers will gather around the boards and you go up to them and send them out on behests if you want to. So if they're happy to go, then you send them out. If they're not happy to go, then you don't send them out. You like leave them to rest and gain EXP and stuff like that. You then have to walk around the town and just talk to people to boost morale again, and just find out if they need anything, and just build some things. Certain quests can not only send you out for Elementi, I believe it's called, which allows you to actually build things, but it gets you new plans for things. So the one I've just sent them out on today means that I'll hopefully be able to build a weapon shop after that, which obviously means I'll be able to, well, make me fighters better so that they can get me more Elementi and more things. So it's a very odd way the game works, but it's at the same time it's very clever, because of the fact that it feeds you these things drip by drip. It gives you them just when you need them. It doesn't always force them on you. It kind of like gives you one day, then one the next day, then the day after that it makes you do both the previous things. As you can see on the top right corner, it tells you like what your adventurers are doing, so it tells you when they've reached the caves, what they're doing in the caves and the likes. Top left corner you've got your time of day, because a day is a day. You've got how much Elementi you have, how much guild you have, and underneath that's the yellow bar, which is morale of the city. So the higher that bar is, the better things are. And that's pretty much everything there is to say, unfortunately. Building, to be fair, is quite easy, so I'm just going to cut to a part where I can actually build something for you, because at the moment I don't really have enough Elementi, unfortunately. So here we go then, I've got a few more funds so I can now build some things. Basically, to build you just push select, well, minus on the Wiimote, and basically she comes up, chime, and she gives you your options so you can choose what you want to do. And then you just place where you want things, and sometimes you can change the direction where you want to face them, but other times it just makes you put them in that way. and that's pretty much all you do to build. It's literally that easy. Obviously certain things take up certain blocks, so houses take up 1, this bakery here takes up 2, and certain other ones are bigger than the likes. But that's pretty much everything there is to say about the building. It's literally that easy, although it still is quite fun. Just because it's like that basic doesn't mean that it's not fun or anything. And you can actually go into your houses and view the history of the families and all that, so you can, like, if for example the people aren't in, then Pavlov here comes in and he tells you what you need to know about the family info. If they are in, then the head of the house does. Pavlov is basically one of your aides on hand to help you out. He like tells you things like about the party info and stuff like that, and adventurer info and what's going on. You can also change your camera settings if you don't like the way you've got them, and stuff like that. There's quite a few people who can help you out if you talk to them. Sometimes though it's just basically giving you information. However, you can find a Moogle who over here just will basically let you view, like go up into the tower and let you view things. So if you go to the lookout, you can go to the lookout and see what's going on. You can see what part of your town needs a bit more building and stuff like that. There's the thing about the adventurers that I haven't mentioned is you don't just get adventurers. Basically they come up to the castle and say they want to be adventurers, and then you have to view their stats, and you basically have to pay 100 gil to make them adventurers. So you have to see if they're worthy to become an adventurer, basically. Also, as well as like expanding on the adventurers, I'll expand on the behests. You don't just send people out, you can get behests, for example, to change people's jobs or to put a holiday out. Control wise on the game, if you actually push start, then you can basically view where things are. So if you're looking for someone, you can just do that. And the controls themselves are actually really good. They're pretty spot on. You just have a button to like talk to people and to build things. You've got like the camera controls with a D-pad, which are pretty spot on, and just stuff like that. Unfortunately, while the game has a lot of depth to it, there's not much else I can really cover in the review, especially because I don't really want to spoil things for you. Story-wise, the game is there and it does give you a bit of story and it's pretty cool. Music-wise, you only get this one track pretty much with a few chimes, so I'll shut up and let you have a listen to it, because if you really hate it, then this is the only tune you're going to be listening to. So there we go then, that was a bit of the music, and graphically, as you can see, they've really spared no expense. It looks fantastic. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel, because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.